So I'm muted. Y'all couldn't hear the music. Well, that's a failure. We'll try it one more time. All right, let's see here. Can y'all hear that?
What's going on?
I feel like an uncle now, 32 years old, still holding this whole country down. You cold tell, riding every picture I be cropping out. Only legendary status chilling in my fucking house. Keys to every ride in case my partners wanna ride around. If they get pulled over, I call the mayor of my town. On my Cheatham County shit, knock dust off bottles. Only whiskey I be having is attachments on my throttle. I'm a one-wheel wonder, rider of the thunder, black on black Johnny Cash, cause I'm that motherfucker. Think about touching on my cowboy hat. Don't be looking at my woman when you sipping on that. Don't be leaning on my truck cause your jeans gon' scratch. Dirt roads on lock, no cattle gate latch. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that. Redneck ain't a style, somewhere they got confused. I be stumbling down the strip and escaping green room. In the alley, no boots, denim on, denim too. Shooting birds at the tourist, what the fuck you gon' do? Huckleberry Finn, always coming with the wind, running with the wind. Lady hanging on me, honeysuckle skin. We ain't taking no lift, Silverado not for sale. Michelangelo and consoles, I'm rolling big shells. Duramax up in the swisher, so you know the smoke loud. If I show up to the party, coming with a smoke cloud. Redneck, blue collar, and I keep that thing pop. Southern comfort in an 8-foot bed when the gate drop. Wish a motherfucker would grab an axe and get chopped. I be in the trees like cedar when it's stacked. Don't think about touching on my cowboy hat. Don't be looking at my woman when you sipping on that. Don't be leaning on my truck cause your jeans gon' scratch. Dirt roads on lock, no cattle gate latch. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that. I got no point to prove, but I got a point to prove. Not enough bouncers in hip-hop to get me removed. Coming down the strip and our boots sound like horse hooves. Lucky motherfucker, studio door got a horseshoe. I tore with track supply, 911 to track 25. Make it rain to drown it out, still won't slip even if the ground is tight. Hater like, stop it, I ain't replying to topics that be on drama or nonsense. Sick with rhythm like a box, bitch. Paragraph gon' put your ass in hospice. Get as buck as you want, I'm the rapper that don't blink. Don't think about touching on my cowboy hat. Don't be looking at my woman when you sipping on that. Don't be leaning on my truck cause your jeans gon' scratch. Dirt road, no cattle gate lag. Don't think about touching on my cowboy hat. Don't be looking at my woman when you sipping on that. Don't be leaning on my truck cause your jeans gon' scratch. Dirt roads on lock, no cattle gate latch. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that. Motherfucker, you ain't country like that.
Man, I love that damn song.
That's a damn good song. The whole album was good.
Yeah, that's I think that one's my favorite so far. What's up, Wade?
Not much. What you been up to?
Oh, I was out running some errands and got back and caught the last little bit of Johnny's live where AD was up there talking a bunch of bullshit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing later. I'm gonna go on and see kind of dissect the shit that he was saying and try to check it out. But anyway, looks like we got a little crowd in here tonight. 30 some people. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's where I was at when he was live. I was on there with the little family, little me, little fella, Steph, and I mean I had a couple people watching it for me and relaying back and forth even during the live. So they kept me up to date, and then I watched a couple minutes of it, and I heard Cashville was on.
Yeah. He Johnny kept trying to Cashville was like, "You got me blocked, slow guy." Like he couldn't figure it out, but
Well,
he
Mr.
was blocking
YouTube,
StreamYard.
yeah, Mr. YouTube thinks if he unblocks you in YouTube, you're automatically unblocked, and he don't realize if you kick somebody, if you ban somebody in StreamYard, well, you got to unblock them in StreamYard. He also wouldn't let Little Rebel 45 up, and he's over there wanting to know what he's doing over there. It's an 18 and plus. Well, Johnny, okay, yes, it gives you two options for kids, for adults. Just because you mark for adults does not mean it's 18 up. You have to hit more options and go down there and select 18 plus.
Yeah, I had to do that myself tonight.
Yeah. But you are a Mr. YouTube. You're way up there on the pedestal. We're not up to your category yet, so Lord forbid, don't let somebody with just a little bit of a year's experience have to explain to you. Of course, now I mean, do we need to give you the proper definition for an opinion? Maybe give you the definition for a guarantee.
Did you see that damn block list on StreamYard?
Oh yeah. Oh, we don't block nobody over here. No.
Lord.
We don't block nobody.
Yeah, that thing was deep.
Come on up. Tell me what your problem is with me. No, you can't come up. No, you can't come up either.
Yeah. There's all kinds of criteria to coming up. As in, he wants certain people to come up when he beckons them, with no regard. I mean, that's what Johnny doesn't realize, that people, normal people have schedules.
The funny thing is, I don't think he realized the other day he handed me my W's and took the L's.
Oh yeah.
Said it loud enough on Merle's live that her mic picked it up.
Oh yeah, what happened?
So Merle was off in the kitchen doing her little live. I'm not going to say it was a cooking live because for the most part we couldn't see what she was fixing. We heard about it. And Johnny was in the next room, and Merle started complaining about apparently someone set up a channel in the name of her workplace. Now, Merle, it wasn't me. I will tell you that. And she assumes it's me because I came in, they now know that I came in as Cam. Well, no shit, I told everybody. After trolling your husband for 5.5 weeks and whooping his ass all over YouTube with it. So, and then he brings up, yeah, it's all about money. They've done got it. He's done got it to where I can't make any money off my paintings. I can't make any money off YouTube. They've done stopped that. And I'm sitting here thinking, he just admitted he's not monetized.
Oh yeah.
We stopped that, which would be the second time in a short period. And he's giving me the credit on the paintings. I'm like, that's 2 W's. 2 L's for 2 W's for Wade, W. Wade starts with a W. Goble, what does Goble have in it? An L.
Yeah.
You just took 2 L's and handed me my 2 W's. Thank you, Johnny.
I did notice tonight somebody was talking about super chats or whatever, and he said, "Oh, well, we've got all that turned off over here." Like, yeah, you do.
It's turned off. You didn't turn it off.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. We got Mike and Jimmy Hill, of course, Little Miss Jasmine. Let's see, Jimmy Hill, he's in there again. Jessica Pettis was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still around. Kayla Ann, T. Damron, Little Jeffrey, Joe Barron. I love Joe, man. He gives AD too much shit.
Joe had him going tonight as well. I mean,
I saw him jumping up there, and Johnny was trying to get at him. But I knew he couldn't see the chat when he didn't immediately start in after him. Scuba Sam, what's up? There's Snaggy. And let's see. Brandy, Miss Rowdy Intercepts, Slingshot, Jax Chicky, Chris Sampy, Dark Messiah, Not Enough. Let's see. Who am I missing? A lot of repeats through here. I think I said Slingshot. Gina G. Loyal to You. And Tyler 90. trying to pick out everybody I've already read.
Looks like Mr. Fusion's off in here.
Oh, is he? He just came. There's Joe, Tyler,
Brandy.
not enough.
Motivated one-legger.
Okay.
Motivated one-legger. That actually sounds like fun, and I would love to do it this weekend. But to be honest with you, I'm getting ready for a possible trip.
There they are. Okay, now I've caught up to it. Fusion, what's up? Fusion, what up? Fusion, what up?
Hope you're doing well tonight, Fusion.
Thanks for coming, my guy.
And everybody else in chat. Yeah, I just cut the chat on my phone to I can't see that monitor. So.
Oh, you're right. Miss Rowdy Intercepts does need a wrench.
Little Jeffrey. Angela, yeah, you got all kind of starting off 39. I mean, this time of night, it's pretty good. And little Miss Jasmine. Now, little Miss Jasmine, you need to holler at Seeper, tell him to crawl his butt over here.
Miss Rowdy, did you have one before and it went away or something?
Oh, hell, Rich, are you taking wrenches away? Don't you know the danger in taking wrenches away?
No, I didn't, but I didn't know if there was some kind of problem. There's Dirt Outlaw. What's up? Tabitha. Okay, so you never have one in here. All right. So anyway, I called this meeting this evening. Just watching Johnny's live where AD came up there, and I've kind of had this thing with AD, like buddy troll, where I'll talk to him. I used to hang out in his chat some when he was the only thing happening late, and mess with some of his people, and we kind of give it to each other back and forth, but just having fun. With like Eyes Mixed Daddy, a couple of those guys, the ones that hang out over there, Beachside, that whole crew. But anyway, the things, he came up tonight and just the shit that he said, I wanted to go over. And like I said, I don't know if this dude smoked so much dope that he's lost his memory and can't remember this stuff, or, whatever. Because all I heard was him lying about shit. And then, the things that he's accused people of, he's done the same thing, or more. So this is the second time I've tried this. So hopefully I screen grab this audio to where you guys could hear it. The last time I tried to do a screen grab, nobody could hear it. But let's see if you guys, the volume just wasn't loud enough before for you all to hear it. But anyway, let me know if you guys can. Could you all hear that? Could you hear AD saying, "What up"?
No. Is that box clicked? So when you went to go pull this up, after you selected which screen, was the box on the bottom left-hand corner?
Well, it is the share tab audio is, but this is in a window. So I don't know.
How are you bringing it up?
It's just in Windows Media Player.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but you're bringing it up. Are you bringing it up from another monitor?
Yeah, it's from another monitor.
Okay, so on your Windows player, check and make sure the volume on that Windows player is up. Because sometimes they'll go down.
All right. Let's see here.
Hit play.
From Windows Media.
Okay, so your volume.
Yeah, it's on 100%.
And it's not crossed out.
Yeah, but y'all aren't hearing that, so okay. Let's try something else here. We'll try to do full screen. Let's see what happens. Share screen. Entire screen system audio. This will get it. All right.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
Y'all can hear that now, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you that question about Cashville. You
Is that loud enough, chat?
When we was up on panel together, and him saying that I started the beef between you and your ex-wife and your son.
I think he said he was talking to him and shit.
And he said he felt bad about starting the drama.
I don't know that he started it all. I have no idea. You know what I mean? Like you might have forgotten because it is. He was on your live. He was on your live with me one night and said that he felt bad about
this verse is just a little bit of fluff here, but
me and my ex and my son.
Dude, it's like one day he's sorry, the next day he hates you, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
But
bro.
Here's the thing: I kind of like Cashville, but like I like you too, so I just stay out of it. You know.
I understand, right? I respect that.
It's like between y'all, and I just kind of sit and watch, and I'm just like, "What it is, what it is."
Are you gonna put anything over that, or
I kind of see that
you want to put anything over that?
Yeah, I can.
I mean, the guy put turkeys in your yard. I think it's not really. I mean, it's funny, but it's not.
I mean, it is funny, but it's not. You're exactly right.
You know what I mean? It's like kind of funny, but it's not.
Right.
You know, because that's an invasion on your personal space. You know, like in real life. But, anyways, you know, I think he was just trying to joke around, and that a lot of people are laughing at that, but. You got to realize like that gives other people the idea to do it. And you don't need no one getting hurt showing up at people's houses over some dumb internet stuff. Like that's what we don't need,
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not really sure like who started what or what went where. I'm for families, bro. Like uniting families and keeping, I may make jokes and stuff sometimes, but when it comes to that, I personally wouldn't ever try and like fuck up a family or contact a family member. I think that's taken this internet stuff too far.
Right.
So if you're somebody out there contemplating that and doing that, that's kind of, I mean, a lower level of depravity.
Right. You're right.
And I don't see you doing that with everybody. Like if somebody wants to come up and talk and they're an adult, that's one thing. But going behind people's backs constantly and trying to start shit with their family, that's fucking wild, dude. So I don't really agree with that. But if we can keep it between the people like content creators and everybody talking whatever, that's one thing. But bringing in all these extra family people is fucking crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
And I've said it, like Rusty Truck, they finessed Ryan Upchurch for a truck.
Yeah.
Like they weren't fans of his music, you guys. There's true fans that have been kicking it with him for a long time.
Yes.
And they're the true Creek Squad. They're not this weird internet fucking cult.
Right.
You guys, there's a difference between the real Creek Squad, the the father son ride or dies that listen and head bob and appreciate the music. None of us are perfect people, dude. Like I'm not comparing to anybody.
Right, Wade. Right.
Right. Yeah.
So, Power Stroke and Rusty, their entire ploy behind. They don't really like Upchurch's music.
No,
they just did it for a truck.
For a truck and for cot. They want cot.
Yeah, clot and a truck. So. Yeah, that's what's crazy. I mean, I've been talking on the phone with Power Stroke for a while now, and this dude, I mean, he loves Ryan Upchurch's music. I mean, there's no fucking question about. I mean, I hear about it all the time. Don't get me wrong, I like Church's music, and I've started liking it a little bit more as I've dug into it. And I like it. But dude, he really likes. I mean, he's definitely what I would consider, a huge fan of the guy. I mean, he likes the music. But I don't know. Again, this thing keeps coming up about this fucking truck. And I think Power Stroke's gotten to the point where he really doesn't give a shit what they say. And he knows what was behind that truck and how it happened. But, to sit there and think that a group of individuals would be trying, their whole act was grifting, to get things out of Ryan. It is just ridiculous. And the stupid part about it is these two folks here talking about it are the ones that tag Ryan Upchurch in freaking everything that they do. I don't know if AD still does it, but the two of them used to tag every video with Upchurch this, Upchurch that. And I've yet to see one of my lives, one of Rusty's lives, have Ryan tagged in it or trying to get something out of it. This whole business of people being paid is ridiculous. Nobody's getting paid. I'm not saying, I don't know if Ryan has helped people out before. Supposedly there's the thing with, Uncle Will where he got cash in a GoPro or, however that worked. I don't know that. I don't know if that's what happened. But,
And then there again, to be point blank honest, that's really, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's none of my business, because
right.
Whoever Ryan wants to help, whether it be somebody that's on YouTube or if it's like the woman over at, I think it was, I can't think of a little fast food restaurant down there in National City where he wants to drop 2 bricks. But, because I think she was a single mother and all that, whoever he wants to help, no matter what they do, what their case is, that's his business.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, I can't personally say who he has and who he hadn't. It's what he does with his money and his stuff is his business, and yeah, more power to him. I mean, he's earned it.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing for me, like, I'm certainly not in this anything from Ryan. I've been blessed in life. If I want something, I'll buy it.
I'll tell you point blank what I've gotten from Ryan. I got a visit in chat.
Exactly.
I've gotten a lot of great enjoyment listening to his music, watching his videos, his comedy, and all that.
So. And you don't expect a damn thing out of him, do you?
No, I'm not sure. Didn't even expect him ever coming in my chat. I mean, hell, as small as I am on the damn totem pole and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, if I wanted something that bad, I would just buy it. And I think Rusty and Power Stroke work hard enough. If they want something, they'll just fucking buy it. It's not, again, I'm sick of that whole narrative and which is just bullshit. And again, I don't know, they keep talking about, what was it, Daniel Bishop or who this other, that these people have been paid Ryan and Johnny's got proof and, all this bullshit.
Well, when Johnny says he's got proof, you can pretty much carry to the bank. He ain't got jack, because how many times have you seen proof? And when he says he's got proof and does bring something, it's normally a little text message. But what y'all don't realize is Johnny uses apps like Text Me and stuff like that to where he can put in whatever number he wants to that he can text from and call from.
Right.
And he's forging most of these texts.
Yeah, Johnny.
A little over a year ago where he took in his den off his phone and he had the phone aimed down a little too far and there were other phones on the couch. Look, they got called out on it that night.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Goose made us aware of that. He said,
well, the one with the phones, I made aware to Goose on that part. Now, Goose made us aware about the other stuff.
The program I'm talking about, right. Where he can even change the name of the carrier, like on the screenshots and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, sorry about the first couple minutes of the AD thing was boring. I just wanted to get the whole thing from start to finish. But, yeah, let's listen to Tad more here.
Right. But they've been rocking with fucking that dude forever.
And that's what I said, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, and these people that's really been rocking with him, like him bringing these people that's attacking people online to his house and them getting to hang out with him and shit out there, it gives him a bad look if you think about it.
Oh yeah,
it really does, and I'm sure it upsets some of these true Creek fans, Creek Squad fans. That's really the true followers of Ryan Upchurch. That's why these people are ruining him.
I've yet to see a video from someone expressing outrage because, you know, Mike 12 Point or Father Son or, Kansas or Power Stroke, get to hang out at Ryan's. I think the only person that's butthurt by that is you, Johnny. I don't, maybe I'm missing, that side of the internet or whatever, but I've yet to see that.
Ruining his brand, and he does not even realize it.
Well, they go out and you do, like, your fan base kind of represents you in a certain extent. And when you have people like ripping apart even, for instance, Martin Speaks, his family, they're just trying to rip apart his family, contacting his wife. This is what Rusty Truck is doing. Power Stroke, contacting his wife to break up another family. So if you guys think that's what Creek Squad's all about, then personally, I want nothing to do with it.
All right, AD. Show us where Rusty or Power Stroke contacted Martin's wife, because it didn't happen. If you want to know anybody that contacted his wife, it was me. And, I didn't contact her with anything crazy. The other day, Martin was in what I consider, his behavior was not normal. And I would consider, I would have done the same thing if it would have been, if his wife was my daughter or something. His behavior was concerning, and everybody knew that his wife had left. And he's sitting there talking to Neville like a crazy person, saying that his wife is sitting right next to him drinking a cup of coffee. So the only thing that I said to her, and like I said, we covered a little bit of this last night. It's the first time I had reached out to somebody off of YouTube platform, and I simply said, "Hey, you don't know me from anybody." I said, your husband's behavior online is, bizarre. I've seen something like this before, and I've seen stuff like this before that has gone seriously wrong. Please take care of yourself and your child. And I told her, I said, you don't know me. I don't need a response from you. I'm just, I want to make sure that you're all right, or you're doing, or you're taking steps to, protect yourself. And she did reply to me, and she said, no, I'm not at home. She said a lot of what he's saying online isn't true. And then she thanked me. She said, thank you for looking out. She said, quite honestly, you're not the only person that I've received messages from, telling me things, and, worried for, my safety. And that was it. I know some other people had made some contact with her, and there's screenshots floating about, different things that are, whatever. I'll let them discuss that. But my reaching out to her was purely her concern, or my concern for her well-being. And I am speaking for Rusty and Power Stroke both. I know those guys didn't contact her. Just because they didn't. Yet here's AD running his mouth to Johnny's entire panel, talking about how we're for the breaking down of the nuclear family by talking shit to, or telling, or talking to his wife or whatever. And this is the thing. Martin is the one that put all of this shit out there. He gets up and says, no, come catch me, Durka Durka. fuck you, Creek Squad. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'm crazy. I'm a fucking psycho. I'll come to your house and kill your dog in front of you, and then I'll kill you. Yada yada yada, and expect nothing to happen. I mean, he's the causation of any of this shit that has happened online. Nobody cared about Martin before. He was over there doing his thing, and nobody cared. Everybody left him alone. He provoked this entire thing. But anyway, you got anything to add to that, Wade?
Well, I mean, thing with AD, he took some time off. He says he spent with his family. Now, whether that's true or not, I can't say. But I think he's still butthurt because he pretty much got ran off of YouTube.
Who is that?
AD.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar. I just know that, like I said, I used to hang out in his chat some late if I was up, and then I noticed he was gone for a while.
Oh yeah, well, so he got ran off when he was speaking on Triple T and all, and Naughty ended up getting hold of him, and so the same thing that I'd been telling him and all that, but not as deep because I didn't want. I figured somebody needed to speak with him that was more into that somebody that was in the military or had been in the military, and Naughty got a hold of him after, like I said, speaking on Triple T, and just tore into him, and by the time it was over with, OAD was in tears. And it wasn't a tearful thank you kind of cry. Yeah, I mean he was, that was it. He was crawling back over to his channel, and he ended up wrapping it up, and so yeah, he'd been pretty much told not to ever speak on him again.
Wow, I didn't know all that.
Oh yeah, so I guess he's trying to pretty much reinvent himself, and now as for the deal with Martin, Martin got upset the other night. He got shut down for a couple minutes. First thing he wanted to do was blame me. Well, no, I had nothing to do with it. There a lot of times when they do that, that's YouTube giving you a warning. Either you've played something or said something or so, And eventually he found out, I think it was the day afterwards, that there was some hateful, there was a community guideline. He was doing something against community guidelines, and I think he said it was something dealing with like hateful speech or something. And so whatever it was, I guess he continued on. And so, yeah, that one got taken completely down from something he posted in his community post. So there's things he says and things he does that he doesn't realize. And I guess it cost him that video.
Huh.
So, yeah, and he's got I mean, because he just flies off at the mouth. He gets upset and he doesn't think before speaking. He's another one of them. He don't like being part of a group. He's told us that. He don't, he's never been technically part of a group. He always wanted to be a loner. So I think he started getting comfortable around some people over here and decided no, he didn't like that because he had never had it before. And so now he wants to attack the ones that were trying to welcome in. And now he's realizing that nobody wants anything to do with him. He had a crowd the other night that got up to, I think, 50, and he was so damn excited. Well, out of 50 people, he had what? Maybe at best 5 people that were in there for him.
Yeah,
I mean, you know. But Martin, you continue doing you. If it makes you happy, but you continue running that mouth, and we're going to end up making a complete fool of you to where even your damn little shorts aren't going to do you any good.
Yeah, speaking of 50, we got 52 folks in here right now. Appreciate y'all being here. But let's get back into this a little bit here.
Whether the music's good or not, that's cultish behavior.
Yeah.
And if you look up the definition of cult, it's anything that goes against society norms. Like, it's not normal to try and break apart families and shit.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And they've tried to break apart your family.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
Bare Bones, his family, is broken apart. He lost his fucking mind. There's other creators. Carl's like breaking apart a family over, and none of them are trying to help. They all just poke fun and try and keep it going just for a laugh. But it's at the expense of other people who are suffering.
Right.
And it's like to a point where, okay, yeah, is it funny? Or are you guys just truly dirtballs, dude?
Okay. First of all, I mean, Bones is having some issues, and I mean, that's not Creek Squad did not, pass the disease to Bones.
Right.
Carl has been mentally ill since he's been on YouTube.
Oh well.
And of anybody to say anything about Carl, AD has no room to speak. He has talked and ragged on that dude just as much as anybody else. Matter of fact, I didn't even know who Carl was, until AD, was buddy trolling him like he does. And he fucking, flat out makes fun of the guy, does all this shit, but again, when AD does it, it's okay. And you're going to see that, as a theme. He's talking about this shit with Martin. Well, guess who was in the chat, about Martin? Yeah, AD was there. Beachside was there. The other folks that frequent his chat were there.
And Johnny kicked Carl out.
Do what?
Johnny kicked Carl from Canada, the one they're talking about.
Yeah.
Out because he in his comment had my name. Now, he was not standing up for me. He just so happens had my name in his comment, and he kicked him out for that reason. He don't even like my name being mentioned in a comment. If he sees my name mentioned, he automatically will kick it out.
Yeah.
He says, we don't mention that name in here.
Yeah, I mean, my whole point is AD's doing the same shit. He's having a laugh, at these people's expense, as well, is what I'm saying. Anyway, back to this bullshit.
Exactly, little Jeffrey.
And yeah, that's just where I'm at about it. Like, it's just a bad fucking look, dude. And you could take it to whatever level you want to, but somebody's gonna get hurt. And eventually when that happens, the people that have said it, hopefully you guys can screen record this, because eventually someone's going to get hurt with all this bullshit.
Yeah, I said it too.
And it's going to happen. And when it does, I don't, I don't think it's worth this internet shit. Like,
I don't either, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out here saying, answering my beef with you, and I don't even know these people, and saying, look, I want to fight you, motherfucker. I want to fight you. Look, I don't even know you. Why would I fucking get out on the street and fight you if I don't even fucking know you, bro? If I don't have a beef with you at all, you know what I mean? And like Wade, I don't really want to fucking fight that dude, man, because fucking I'd hurt that fucking dude. And that's just the facts about it. Dude's got cancer.
Even if you win, like it's not gonna make you look good,
Right, like, exactly, man.
I think he's older too. He's like 90.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
I mean,
fuck yeah. I mean, dude.
I've taken it easy on Wade,
Jesus,
because of his condition,
right?
And like not really, and I've been, I don't know what that's like. And my sympathy go out to you, Wade, if you're listening, and you know that. I can't imagine, having like a death date and all that. But he's come at you really hard. And, so that's, I just can't go back and forth with that dude. You know what I mean?
Yes, I did. I did try to get in contact with Goose's wife to let her know what was going on. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Mm-hmm.
You got anything you want to say about that, Wade? I know it was,
that was actually going to be on my video. So here's the thing. Johnny talks about all this, standing up, being a man, doing things the man's way. You don't go behind onto another platform, to somebody's spouse that you're having a problem with, and attack them that way. You're doing the things way behind the scenes, especially when that person's never even had anything to do with this. And you say that's a warning for him. So you're pretty much making a threat to her about her husband without facing him. Man up. That's that was weak. That was weak as fuck. You know, you talk about us attacking your wife. Your wife, on my behalf, wasn't even mentioned until she started opening her mouth. And then each time she would open it, depending on what was said, was how hard back I came. And when she started talking about my cancer and question a death date, especially a week after I proved, not death date, when she wanted proof of my cancer, which was stupid because it was a week after I proved I had cancer, and yet she wants to work in the health field. Oh, that's really not smart.
Yeah.
But tell her to carry on.
Yeah. All right, guys. This video's it's got about 7 minutes left, so it's not going to be forever. Let's see here.
Yes, I did.
Well,
He was talking about Goose
acts like he's a good dude, and then
and he's
to find out like he's using police shit.
Yes, to try to get famous. That's all it is. And he goes against the people that he fucking was working for years.
Right.
You know, that's
he's
the point.
He's like a rat on Cops or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I've got a lot.
So I don't know. Like at first, I was like, this dude's cool.
Yeah,
like when he was hooking you up and shit, but then like he just jumped on the he saw the numbers, dude, and he's like, oh, I can be friends with these guys and
grow my channel more.
And grow my channel. It's all about clicks and views, you guys.
Yep. Because that's what he starts to talk about when he was on live with Rusty and a couple others that night when he was on his cruise or whatever. He was talking about how his numbers, about how his videos.
Numbers, baby.
Yeah, that's what he started talking about. He said at first he said it ain't about the numbers and all that. But
all right. Okay, Johnny. I know you're too stupid to realize this, but the reason Goose said that was to troll you. It's the only reason he did it. And he even texted behind the scene, to say, hey, and he even said, look, Johnny, this is triple the views you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And 20-some thousand subs. I don't think, Goose does something completely different than what I do or what Wade does or what Rusty and Power Stroke do. Completely different. He's not dependent on, your dumbass actions to grow his channel. It was just a platform that he knows that he would be heard on, to express his difference of opinions with you and your behavior. Is what it is. That's why views were brought up.
And just think, Johnny, you're not even on nowhere near his level.
Exactly. So, the guy was genuinely trying to help you, Johnny. Like most people do. You're like their little pet project. For whatever reason, people feel sorry for you and try to help you, just like with your paintings. It's all charity. Nobody wanted that fucking art, Johnny. It was a fucking donation to you.
That was generous right there. You calling it art?
But you're too dumb to fucking realize that, and you fucking shit on anybody that tries to help you. And once again, you have proven yourself time and time again that that's what you do. And Melinda, guess what? I used to think, hey, she's right there with you. She's just as fucking guilty, if not more guilty. And the two of you together make a perfect fucking couple.
I used to feel sorry for her. I used to feel sorry thinking, here she is busting her ass while he sits at home and
busting her ass. She works fucking part-time.
Well, yeah, come to find out. But, that's what I was thinking. Here he is just smoking all day, going and buying them cigarettes. He won't even do something as simple as rolling his own to help save her, while and then come to find out that watching her behavior behind when he starts filming more and more of her while he's doing lives, then he finally, she finally started doing her live, and I started seeing the change in her, and then them do it together, and it's like she's not quite as innocent as she made herself out to be.
Yeah.
And then around the court date, right before the court date and during the court date and right after it, there was a major change, and it's like, whoa, the deal with Patty. It's like, oh, yeah, you thought he was snowballing us, Yeah, this woman right here is definitely a snowblower.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to venture too far off track. At least this portion of the show is not about Johnny's dumbass. We could, as you know, we could carry on that for nights and nights end. But all right, back to the video.
Bullshit. And then later on the live, he started talking about, well, I got this on this video, and I got that on that video, and this and that. Like, dude,
fucking duck, goose. Duck, fucking goose, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I said, nah, I said, gobble, gobble, goose. Gobble goose. It's good. Instead of duck, goose, it's turkey, goose is what it is. That turkey fucking, you'll run from this motherfucking turkey right here.
You know, and then to think he's trying to use like his little cop authority.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I will listen to me, Goose. I will take a shit on your cop authority. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you. And I like cops. I support police. But I don't support people that just go after people for talking their free speech and then threaten like whatever you're threatening Johnny with is ridiculous. You're part of crack squad. Congratulations, dude. People that rip apart families and fucking dox people and pull into their ever living fucking lives nonstop.
Yep.
Congratulations, dude.
All right, who's ripping apart families, AD? What families have been ripped apart? I mean, are you referring to Ryan and the struggles that he has going on right now with his mother? That has nothing to do with crack squad, as you like to put it.
Neither does Martin's, because we're not making Martin drink and be lazy and not work, and
and back to Goose, Johnny would have been that guy like that. The teacher gave him an A when he deserved a B, and then something comes up later and he rats on the teacher, for trying to help him out. He's just that kind of guy. Fucking, yeah.
Ask him about Shotty, because right before the ordeal with Goose, he got mad at Shotty for simply coming over here to talk with us.
Oh, I missed all that. I knew that Shotty had, I'd heard that people say he had flipped sides or whatever. But,
well, I think Shotty seen his true colors then. So Shotty came over here one night, up on panel, and I think Shotty's trying to get a feel, trying to see what's going on, and he went on to Johnny's live either the next night or maybe the night thereafter, and next thing you know, boom, Johnny jumps down his throat because he seen him up here on panel with us and kicked him and banned him.
Really?
Yeah.
After all that support and shit that he took in the name of Johnny?
Yep.
Yeah, again, that's not surprising. I mean, like I said, you're talking about a true piece of shit. Always will be. All right, here we go.
Right. You must feel good about yourself. I hope you sleep good at night,
You know what these guys did to a 2-time female war vet, Goose?
Dude,
they ripped apart her life for months.
My God.
Months.
My God, yeah. But think about that, bro. I mean, she's supposed to went live tonight.
Little girls. Little girls. They
fucking TikTok. Yep.
But we don't care about that, do we, Goose? No, we don't care about that.
No.
We only care about the numbers, right?
You know what he said?
And the clicks and the views.
His excuse for turning on me was that what I said about Wade. It was personal because of what I said about Wade. But he had my phone number. It could have been man enough to reach out to me and be like, hey, you should have never said that. Hey, whatever. You know what I mean? He decided to post a fucking video online fucking bashing me. Like, dude, you're no different than them.
Yeah. Johnny, after you do it, you've shown your character. At some point, people only have to see so much to realize that, in Goose's case, that he made a mistake even associating with you, because somebody that would say the things, that you said, and given the opportunity to walk it back and you double down on it, that just tells the man that you're a total sack of fucking shit. And, that's what you are. There's no need to communicate any further after that. I'd say the man was probably hurt behind the fact that, you ended up being, who you are, despite him being warned about you. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
No
I mean,
different than
listen,
him.
we all make mistakes. I've made
Right.
mistakes on here, and I got to come and I got to apologize like a man.
Yep.
Ain't nobody perfect. But yeah. Anyway, man, that
Yeah,
fucking guy.
yeah, man, shit's getting weird, bro. Shit's getting weird when people are here talking about fucking people's wives and shit and all that bullshit.
Oh,
When
I
I read,
saw that video.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about when you're reaching out to somebody's wife and shit like that. That's fucking when you're fucking going way too far with shit. What they're trying to do is mentally abuse Martin Speaks.
Dude, they're talking about his kid and shit.
Yeah.
This is the shit we talked about, chat.
Yes.
Like, if you're a true supporter of this is what we've been calling out for 10 months.
18 months for me.
So I'm late, to the party. Some of you new guys I see around here that are riding up Church's fucking dick, right? You need to simp harder, okay? If you want to comment from him, you gotta go harder at Johnny in the videos.
All right, this is the part that pissed me off a little bit. He's talking about Martin's daughter. I can speak for me and the folks that I know and associate with. There's not a single person that said a damn thing about his daughter.
Yeah, I don't know who said that.
The only person that I even heard even talk about his daughter was Martin himself.
Yeah, because I seen him hold the pictures up when I was watching the replay of the daughter, and I'm like,
and he got real emotional after that. That's when he said he would, if somebody tried anything on his daughter, he would, kill him in front of, kill the dog first and make you watch, and then kill you.
Which that was a pretty stupid statement.
Yeah,
right there, because that could get him struck down.
Well, I mean, dude, his wife already has all she needs, for her lawyer for her family divorce court, to get 100% custody. And it's sad, I don't think anybody should not have access to their children. But again, you've got to be stable enough to be able to handle it. And I don't know. I'm not the one that can make the decision on whether Martin is stable enough to do that. But there's professionals that could do that. In my opinion, I don't think he is right now in this place where he's at. But, I'm not the one that decides that. A court will decide that. But he's certainly giving them all the bullets they need to fucking, hang him out to dry. And there's nobody on here. There's not a big enough piece of shit on here that would, say anything derogatory, towards a little girl like that that's innocent from, the things that go on around her. And back to the whole thing of somebody fucking his wife or whatever. That's a joke that was running with him and Isaac. And again, we've always said, Isaac is a wild card. Yeah, I consider him like a Howard Stern. He's got the shock factor, whether you like it or not. Now, do I truly think, and does anybody truly think that Isaac's going to be out here banging, Martin's ex? No. I mean, and again, AD, this would make more sense, and I could respect it coming out of your mouth more if you're not there alongside everybody else participating in the poking of Martin.
Right, which I guess if it's said enough, and depending on the tone it's said and everything else, some people may consider it kind of like which I don't because of the context, but like PBR's little joke, as he would say, which was nowhere like a joke. But
yeah, I don't.
Some people just look at things differently.
Yeah, but yeah, it just doesn't. Like I said, and again, I mean, you should, if somebody was talking about his little girl, anybody and everybody, rightfully so, should take offense to that because it's not right.
No, you're protecting a minor at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, minor or not, it's the daughter. I kind of feel that way people will give Johnny's daughter some shit, and
Well, apparently something was said tonight about Johnny's daughter.
yeah, I highlighted it in the chat. Somebody had made mention that they thought that they were hiding her because she was pregnant or something.
Who was it? Do you know?
I think it was little. Was it Little Hillbilly? I'm trying to scroll back up and see. I do remember highlighting it. It was let's see, Straight Shooter, I think. Yes, it was Straight Shooter.
Steve?
Shooter. Straight Shooter archery champion.
Oh,
So
it was a female that I asked.
Oh, I don't know.
So
Is she a female?
Yeah,
a straight shooter?
yeah.
Okay. Right.
So apparently, what they weren't. I doubt they were saying it to be disrespectful. They're probably asking because maybe they have heard it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, either way, you, Johnny, and again, you brought your daughter on the internet.
Oh yeah, yeah. He brought all his kids on the internet.
And when you do that, whether it's right or not, people are going to have an opinion, and some people are going to express that. Whether it's right or wrong. I wouldn't want anybody saying anything about my daughter. And to be quite honest, that's why I don't show my face. I don't want anybody to know my daughter. My daughter has nothing to do with this. You could say anything you want, but I'm just not going to give anybody the opportunity to easily say something about my kids.
And still, that's not near as bad considering what you said about your son.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother thing. Again, we keep going to Johnny when I'm trying to make it about AD. It's hard not to, but
especially tonight because then
yeah,
the ADs and he was on ADs.
Yeah. I mean, he's involved. There's only a little under 3 minutes left with this thing. Let's see what else they say. I don't know if there's more.
And you got to tag Ryan in all of them. All right. Make sure you @UpChurch #Creek Squad and show what a true country fucking hero you are. Like, give me a break, dude. Anyway.
Right.
Shit's wild, bro.
Right.
And the true supporters, thank you to the people who are the mods and the people who can clearly see. And they have better vibe anyway. Like, there's sides to this shit. And their side is creepy as fuck. Bro, they're ripping apart a family of a YouTuber by the name of Martin Speaks. Mm-hmm. At first, they loved him and they cherished him. And he was part of Creek Squad. And look at how quick they will throw any of you under the bus.
Yes, for Ryan. And it's all leads back to Ryan.
If you say one criticism against Ryan Upchurch, you will have a bunch of weird internet fucks come after you. And they will pull up pictures of your family. They'll contact your wife. I've got death threats. They've contacted my wife, my family, you name it.
Yep.
All because I just basically said, which I don't think Ryan's like that bad of a fucking dude. I think he's rich. And when you're rich, and I know what it's like to have money, not as much as him, but be around people that don't. And yeah, shit happens.
Right.
They're going to not be able to keep up. All right.
And the drugs on top of it.
Yeah. And I've been down that drug road too. So I'm not just coming from a place of judgment. I see a bunch of con men surrounding themselves, attaching themselves to Ryan because they know he's a nice dude, right? They don't give a fuck about the music. These are the newer guys like the Rusty Truck and the Power Stroke. They're like in calls for 10 hours. Yeah. Who the fuck is calling people trying to like get you to join Creek Squad? Like that's a cult type shit. And then they're like trying to figure out, this, with like justice. And it's just weird.
Bro, that girl right there. And if y'all remember a long time ago when me and Patty and Tamara was doing them lives, you remember when fucking she was talking about how she had a demon in her and she wanted to get it removed and all kind of shit. Justice was talking about herself that she had a demon inside her and was crying. Yes, bro.
Dude, I was right. I told you guys.
That's exactly what she said, bro. Like Patty was going to pay for a reading for her.
Dude, when I first saw her, I swear to God, I said that lady is a demon.
Yes.
I could just see it in her.
Bro, it's bad.
And for her to say that, that's fucking crazy, dude. And I told you guys I was demon hunting out here. Anyway, man, I'm gonna hop down. I appreciate you having me up.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Keep fighting that good fight too. All right, man.
I am, brother.
Fuck them all.
Peace out. Fuck them all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah, there's no round robin recruitment calls that go around for Creek Squad.
Yeah.
Rusty and Power Stroke can speak upon their like for Upchurch's music. I can definitely speak for them and me when I say that nobody expects absolutely anything from Ryan at all. It's just weird, and I don't know enough about Justice and whatever she said about a demon or whatever that dumb shit was. But they had to bring Justice up because she was on Alive with myself and Power Stroke last night. But yeah, Johnny,
Well, he likes it when somebody else brings Justice up because he himself will not, because he's afraid of Justice.
Oh, he's terrified of Justice.
But as long as somebody on panel brings her up, then he feels that it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he likes it when someone brings Justice up.
And again, you got to remember, I mean, Justice was around. I mean, she's.
Oh yeah, she was.
She's been privy to a whole bunch of shit. I mean, I'd say she could probably write a book. So I'd probably keep your mouth shut about Justice, Johnny. But I've always thought that she was sweet, and I've never witnessed any demon-like characteristics to Justice.
No, and he's got to realize too. He keeps this up with Goose. Who's to say Goose may not just eventually go, hell, why should I keep my promises to him?
What's up, Isaac?
And it ends up just dropping information. I'm sure there's promises that he made him at the time that why should I keep them when he's spreading information on me like this that he said he wouldn't. That was supposed to be between me and him. So yeah, I mean, Johnny may want to watch his step. And AD, he's going to start running his mouth. Well, now, AD, stop and think. Was there something Johnny may have said about you in confidence with Goose? Because Johnny can't keep a secret. No way, shape, form, or fashion. And if he knows something, and if he thinks by giving it up, it's going to benefit him one way or the other.
Yeah. That actually, so Straight Cheaters said, that wasn't an absurd question. She's allowed to sleep at the boyfriend's house, unless they're planning to terminate the pregnancy. Why get so mad? Yeah.
The thing is, she just started dating this guy.
I didn't see. I don't keep up with all these little details like that. But
well, like Straight Shooter said, in that live, in Merle's live, she asked Johnny to help her by chopping up the lettuce and all the toppings. He was so mad, so frustrated that didn't get any help. And this isn't the first time. Hell, Johnny, you don't do anything else. You don't work other than YouTube, because we know YouTube's your job. Get in there and help your woman out.
Yeah, Mike, what question you got, buddy? Pettis, wake up over there. It's not that late. Wake up. Anyway, Mike, I'm looking for your question down here that you've got.
She should be 10th, maybe. I'm going to say 10th grade. I don't think she's quite 11th yet. I think she's If I'm not mistaken, she's 16 or will be 16.
Yeah, I think I've heard him say that she was 16. And again, they're the ones that have put her on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
put her on camera. They show her smoking. They've showed her prom picture or getting ready for prom. And, yeah, I mean they've shown them for the past couple of years growing up.
Greg, I've heard DeLand. That could be wrong. I think that's what comes to mind. Do you know, Wade?
What, Mocon?
Yeah.
DeLand, Florida.
Yeah, okay, DeLand.
Yep. Matter of fact, we got pictures of where he actually lives, but yes.
What's up, Johnny? We saw you over there trying to put some sense into old Fagburn.
Oh, he's not going to listen to Cashville. He's not going to do it. I mean, Cashville was trying to get his point across to him as politely, but with, being stern, because Cashville's not going to go in there and end up getting bullied by him, and he's not going to do it. He's, like I said, he's got that wall built up around him, so you're not going to get anything through to him.
Mike, we can talk. I'm not saying no, but yeah, we could certainly talk about it. Just send me an email. It's my name on here at Gmail. So it's just richnewbuck@gmail.com. Let's see. But yeah, that shit, in Martin's, to sit there and listen to the guy. Like, I couldn't imagine, having raised, 3 small kids, being born. I could never imagine telling my wife, I'm not changing a diaper. Like, I mean,
who are you talking about? Carl?
Martin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no,
I mean,
on top of that having kids and changing the diaper is, now some guys are like, but when you look back on it, you're gonna be glad you did. That's just part.
It's just part of it.
Experience.
I mean, you hadn't lived until you've cleaned out like a stage 9 blow up that went all the way up the back.
Oh no! What's worse than that are the first couple of days are born.
Oh yeah, that mustard shit everywhere. Fucking,
yeah, that green. Yeah,
that's awful. But yeah, I mean,
and it's just the joy of raising kids.
Yeah, it's part of it.
The job is, at the time. But yeah, it's just, yeah.
And if you have a little boy, he's gonna piss on you sometimes. Fucking, yeah. I can't believe that. Yeah, but with you, yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But
well, Kurt, I don't know if he broke his peace pipe with him. It's just he's trying. In order to have peace, you have to get everything out in the open.
Yeah. I'm the same way, Johnny. I felt guilty because my wife was the one that, she always had to get up in the middle of the night because she was adamant about, breastfeeding our kids and not using formula. And I think they were much healthier, all 3 of them because of that, because they really never were sick. And she was a big believer in that. And, I usually got to sleep because I didn't have the boobs. So, I tried to help out where I could. And, with work, that was my one thing. I may have gone back to work a lot, but I was always there to make sure that I could help with bath time and put them in bed. And that's just part of it. I mean, that's the shit that they remember, when they're older. I remember I was talking to my oldest, that's going to college this year. She was sick. She had like a virus or something, and she was yelling across the house, and I went in, and she just looked at me and she says, "Daddy," she said, "I made a mess with my mouth," and she had puked all in the bed. She was sick, but that's what she said.
Yeah, I mean, when they're little like that. But Missy 18, that's the thing. So you stop and think back with Johnny. If you go in and you stay calm and you just give facts, that tears Johnny up.
Yeah.
If you're going in and you're raising a little ruckus and you're not really giving facts to throw at him, he's fine with that. But if you stay calm and you're just throwing facts at him, that's it. He don't want nothing to do with it, because number one, he's not getting under your skin. Number two, he cannot deal with cold hard facts.
Hey, Wade, hold it down for a sec. I'm about to float here. I'll be right back.
Yes, I mean, he has nothing to come back on it. He says he's got all this proof and all these receipts, but he don't. He never once comes back on it. He's been proven with all these lies, and yet these people over there still believe him. And Dartmouth, I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about the kids and watching them grow up. Way to go, Slingshot. Said he found out where his spouse had been hiding the Nutty Buddies. Now get you a big glass of cold milk and enjoy the show. Oh yeah, Tabitha. I mean, so many, but it amazes me how many women just put up with that. Yeah, okay, Dirtlaw. That's what I done. The probably the first 2 days worth. And it's like, oh my goodness. I knew he was mine though. I mean. So yeah, I didn't really get to catch too much of AD's live, because he went live shortly after Johnny's, I believe. I did go over there and I noticed Dagburn was over there. That's all I seen. Dagburn. But yeah, as far as what the content and all was about, I really didn't stay over there. It looked like he wasn't drawing too much of a crowd. So if it wasn't too much of a crowd, it probably wasn't too much of the content. Probably wasn't worth it.
All right, I'm back. I appreciate it. What did I miss? Anything good?
Oh, I was just answering some of the chat, so
okay.
different things, and then I just touched base that I had seen that AD had went live shortly after Dagburn, but when I went over there wasn't much in chat, so I figured the content probably wasn't too good.
Yeah, I noticed. I happened to watch Filthy Fridays today, and Filthy brought up Martin and being over there and talking about him mooing. But yeah, and that's the other thing too. I don't know how many of y'all paid attention to AD's videos. I can't tell you how many videos the guys made about Martin. I mean, that was like his pet project. It was almost as bad as how many videos Martin made about PBR. It was like his little obsession for a little while. But yeah. So the Littles had a thing tonight, right, Wade?
Yeah, they had one tonight. It was pretty good show. I got a feeling a few people is going to be getting a big eye opener here soon, and then towards the end, like I said, Little Tex T, Chevy Triple Nickel, Brandy D, and oh my goodness, it seems like I'm forgetting. Little Me done one. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. They all done a videos on me for what all Johnny, with what Johnny's been acting towards me. So yeah, that was great to see. I mean, they've all showed a lot of support for me, well as Creek Squad, and so yeah, I mean everybody's been great in our communities, and so yeah, I didn't even know that was going to happen. It just so happens I was up on panel, and so he brought that up later on, and then Little Me and Little Classy are celebrating their 26th anniversary. And
wow.
that's a big milestone. It's a big congratulations to them.
Yeah,
Which
heck yeah.
as long as they keep doing what they're doing and both of them give 100% and don't let everything on the outside and affect what's on the inside.
Yeah.
They're celebrating 50 years, right down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. If I didn't say hello earlier, is now adorned with Little Miss Jasmine. Is that part of the little family, or is just Little Miss Jasmine?
Oh, Jasmine,
Yeah.
she's a little.
Is she? Okay. Little Miss Jasmine.
She is a little.
All right. That's something new, I think, from yesterday, at least from a title standpoint.
Well, I said, now that's the thing. You'll see people that are a little bit don't have it on their name. It's not nothing that you have to add to the name. So those that do, they're just doing it out of respect to
Yeah, I
the
get it.
family. But it's not nothing that's mandatory or ask that you do it. That's just something that you do upon yourself. So yeah, I mean, if let's say if you wanted to come into the little family, you could come in and you could just say Rich Newbuck. You don't have to
I
go
got you. I got
little
you.
Rich
Yeah.
Newbuck.
Yeah. I hear you. What's up, Nate 22? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. A couple other people have crept in. But yeah. Did did Martin post anything today? I don't think he did.
I was gonna say, to be honest with you, I haven't even went over there. My morning started off. I was running around, and then I talked with Ambro for a couple hours. We're setting up a interview with her, which is going to be Friday at 7 p.m.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then as me and her were talking, and she goes, "It's 3 minutes till 9." She goes, "The little family's having their live here in a minute." And I thought, "Uh-oh." I said, "Well, tell you what," I said, "I'm gonna get off here so you can go watch it." And I said, "So I can go get on it."
Yeah.
So, and I jumped on, and yeah. So I mean, I went from a couple hour conversation with her to the little over 3 hour live with the little family to yeah. I mean, I've been going full blast since a little before 7. To be honest with you, I hadn't even had dinner yet.
Yeah.
I just now thought I hadn't even had dinner. She has, but no, I didn't because I had stopped and picked her something up on the way back.
Yeah, I didn't eat until right when we went on here, about an hour before. Night Cashville. Yeah, I saw where people were debating whether or not Martin had made up that whole story about the girl at the dispensary, and at some point today, I watched something that he put out. I can't remember what it was, but he said he was going back to the dispensary. So I don't know. Usually, you don't go to the dispensary like every day, like you would.
Well,
Go and.
but even though he says he's going, that don't necessarily mean he's going.
I think he made the whole thing up, and then to get at his ex, and then
right
realized it wasn't a good angle, and
And since we mentioned Martin, this made me think of it. In Merle's live the other day, somebody in chat, and I guess I'm gonna have to. It was probably Martin. I don't know, but I said he don't even have a BMX bike, and I'm sitting here thinking, why the hell would I own a BMX bike? I'm 51 years old. Even if I wasn't sick, why the hell would I own a BMX bike. I have not owned a BMX bike since I was like 13.
Yeah.
I know. Younger than that, because when I was 10, I had a 70. I got my 125 when I was 13 and a 250 when I was like 17. So
Yeah.
why
I
the
think
hell,
6th grade was probably my last year on a BMX bike.
why the hell would I want to ride a BMX bike?
I remember I
If
had
I was
this
Martin
thing.
size, I sure as hell wouldn't be riding a BMX bike.
Yeah. I remember I had one. I don't know what it was, but they had just like, I think it had just came out with some mechanism where you could, yeah, I mean, you know how you've got brake lines or whatever for front brakes, but like there was something that they came up with that, you could completely turn the handles and it wouldn't cross your brake lines up.
Right.
I don't know what that thing was called. For some reason, I want to call it a Floyd Rose, but that's on a guitar. I forget what they called the thing, but that was like the cool shit to have when you were in 6th grade. I had a mongoose, just like Johnny.
It's like,
So, but yeah, my son's he races mountain bikes. He's insane.
if I
Um,
if I was gonna get a bike, that's probably what it would be a mountain bike.
yeah,
I'm not getting a bike.
he's crazy. He's 16 now, and his bike, he's got more money in his bike than he does his car.
If I'm gonna get another bike,
Gyro, that's it.
it's gonna be what I had back there before I had my wreck.
Oh, that thing was sweet. You've shown me a picture of that
Yeah.
before.
So Martin, while you're riding your little BMX bike, this was the bike I used to have. So yeah, screw your little BMX bike.
Yeah, I used to have street bikes. I started with a Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R, and then I went to a Yamaha R6. Both of those were used. And then what did I go to from the R6? Then I bought a new R6. Then I got a used R1. And then from there I got a Ducati 748. And the Ducati was unbelievable. Wasn't as fast, and it's a V twin, so it sounded like a lawnmower. But man, putting those things into the mountains, it was unreal. And before I sold, I owned the R1 and the Ducati at the same time, and I sold both of them several days before my daughter was born, and have never. I've been on a bike a time or two when somebody brought one by my office, and I'd take it up the street and back maybe, but yeah, as soon as my daughters were born, or as my first daughter, they were gone a few days before that. So, but they were fun. They were definitely fun. But I never had any desire for any of the cruiser bikes, now and until now, like when I was older. Maybe when the kids are all completely gone and educated, I might do something more towards that style.
All right, I took that from Nashville to Florida.
Oh wow!
Wife and son following in behind me, and I mean it was great just being on there alone, enjoying. And of course, the bad thing about the bikes, especially on the damn interstate, is it's the idiots that don't respect bikes. So they think you can stop on a dime automatically. And so either they'll get right on your ass, or they'll cut right out in front of you, and they don't have no respect for the motorcycle. They don't watch out for them, and that's that's the ones that get bikers killed. And then unfortunately, you have some bikers that think that they own the road and want to do 160, and they don't look far enough ahead. They look car maybe two in front of them, and yeah, you've got to think. I mean, you've got to be real smart when you're on one.
Yeah.
You
Well,
better be smarter. You better be smarter while you're on a bike, a hell of a lot smarter than you are behind the steering wheel.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. But yeah, riding was always therapeutic to me. And we've got a road track like an hour from here where they actually have motorcycle races there, and that was fun to go to track days with the Ducati. Um, that was a blast. But yeah, just that's part of the past.
You know, the first thing my dad told me about riding a bike, the first thing, I'm talking about a motorcycle, not a bicycle.
Yeah.
Learn to take a fall. Learn to fall the correct way.
Yeah, my dad was completely against it. And until my father got sick and he eventually passed, but I worked in the family business, and we were in exports, so we did business all over. My customers were in basically Italy, as primarily Italy, and then our lower grade and common stuff went to China. And I was actually in China when I negotiated the deal on the Ducati, and I got a call on the phone, and I had gone somewhere. We were in a hotel in Hong Kong, and my dad answered the phone. And the crazy thing is, one of his good friends from the country club owned the motorcycle dealership. So, and it was a secret from my dad, and my dad's like, "Lurie, what the hell are you doing calling me?" So I got busted out hard because my first two bikes were completely hidden from my father. Even though I was of age, living on my own. He did not approve. He said that there's two types of riders: the ones that have wrecked, and the ones that just haven't wrecked yet. And luckily, I never laid one down or had a couple close calls, but I was scared to death when I rode, and I think that's what you kind of have to stay that way to keep your head on a swivel and
respect.
Yeah,
you got to respect them.
But now I've seen way too much stuff on YouTube, like especially like people hitting pedestrians and just the. Are you kidding me? Now, I mean, this is when I was a little younger. Now there's so many more distractions than there were then. With cell phones.
15, 16 years ago, we coming up here to the stop sign, pretty much in front of the house. We seen a guy going down right there, damn near in front of us. I mean, he was probably within 10 feet of us, but he was on the other road. Damn deer ran right out in front of him. He smacked a deer on a bike. First time I've ever seen it. Never even seen it on video.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit! I thought the guy was probably dead as far as it threw him. I mean, he was at a decent speed, but no, it just. I mean, he was lucky. He was lucky he landed the way he landed too.
Yeah.
But the bike was fucked.
A lot of variables there. There's
it was a crotch rocket, number one. So yeah, it was screwed.
A police officer that I knew from in town, he wrecked his Triumph, and he wrecked it on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Same thing because of a deer. And he had his service weapon, which was Glock 22, on his side, and he rode that Glock 22 down the road. That was between, him and Skin. Of course, he still got all skin up and stuff. And, that's the testament to Glock, because the gun still, functioned flawlessly after riding down the road like it did. But, yeah, he got pretty skin up on that. But luckily, like I said, he was in a turn, a pretty sharp turn. and the deer came out, and he basically bailed off, and the bike made impact with the deer. But the way he tells the story, he was pretty much off of the bike by bailing, because he was already pretty damn low to the ground. So he didn't have to take really the impact of the deer. But he got really lucky. And he walked, away from that. But and I was the same way. I always rode in full gear. You never catch me with the, t-shirt on or not riding with Kevlar pants and boots and, even in the middle of summer. So, yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, today's a whole different story. I couldn't imagine with all the freaking hazards that are out there.
Oh, the amount of traffic now just compared to when I was in school, it's like, holy yeah. I mean, it's bad. But when COVID hit and then the economy went like that, I told my wife that you're going to start seeing a lot more motorcycles out.
Yeah. Oh, it makes sense, But I've had too many friends that have been killed on them. A buddy of mine that was a state trooper died on one. Not in the line of duty, but yeah, he wrecked on one at night. He was actually run over by a tractor trailer. I mean, just yeah. I know plenty of bad stories with bikes, but it is liberating and stress relieving to ride one. That's for sure. But yeah. Did you see Dagburn? And he even said, "Don't pay attention." He had that damn fly strip out in the corner of his house there in that video.
No, I missed that.
Oh yeah, you know how they got those nasty ass like tape strips that you put up that catches the flies that are in the house.
Right.
Yeah, that was hanging behind him. He was like, disregard that. We don't like flies. And I was just like, God, that's got to be just one dirty ass house.
In the bedroom, they probably got a bug zapper. Supposed to be for outdoor only, but he's got it in there.
Surprised you don't hear it, at night. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah,
and her yens.
Good Lord. But yeah, I wasn't gonna try to make this long or anything. I just wanted to go over kind of the shit that AD was talking about on there, and
he's trying to get his community back. He's trying to let everybody know, hey, I'm back. I'm refreshed and ready for round 2.
Yeah, it seems like he's even like I went in there a couple times right when he had first came back. He didn't seem like himself, but now it seems like he's back to his old tricks.
Yeah, I don't think they're all going to be totally back to themselves and their little hero comes back.
Yeah, it's weird though, man. I can tell the guy's somewhat intelligent, but I don't know if he purposefully leaves out facts, to make something sound better, but it's like he'll run with shit and just kind of keep harping on it. And, the point that he makes on a lot of shit is based on something that's just not true. And I don't know. Tyler 90 asks, when's PBR coming back? I have no clue, buddy. It's been nice with him not around. I can tell you that. But if he comes back, hopefully he'll have something else to talk about besides, innocent YouTubers being doxxed. Them and their gift shop being doxxed or whatever the hell else.
Since we believe he's been bouncing around on everybody's channel.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for it to be lifted. He may be coming back hot and heavy or trying. I don't know. I don't think he'll be too hot and heavy because I think he's afraid for it to happen again. Because if it happens again, he may be losing 4,500 and I think 90 subs. Because oddly enough, his count has went up since he's been gone.
His sub count is what?
Has went up.
Really? Well, I mean, if you have, if you've got that many subs and you've got, a big catalog of content that people can watch, if people find you, then, that's definitely possible.
But it didn't move with the same content when he was on. So
well, you're right, yeah, because he would gain 10, lose 10.
Right, but yet it went up. I think it was 250 or 300.
Well, we could ask Martin. He could tell us exactly
Why
what
is
it is.
why is down? I don't know. It was just it seemed weird. It was like holy jack.
Yeah, I love listening to Joe Barron go at fucking AD, and I know Joe had said some pretty heinous shit about you at one time. Wade, did y'all?
Yeah,
did y'all smoke the peace pipe?
Well, yeah, I had Joe up. Well, he came up once, and it sounded like he was in a tunnel. He couldn't hear us. Well, I think he could hear us, but we could not hear him at all. And so he came up, I think, about a week later. And yeah, we talked, and I listened to what he had to say. He listened to what I had to say. He was just like me and you are right now. And yeah, ever since then, now I'm not saying we agree on each other's views all the time, but hell, nobody does. And that don't mean that we go at one another's throats.
Right.
I mean, hell, my best friend, me and him don't see eye to eye on every view. That don't mean we have to hate one another.
Yeah.
But we talk our shit out.
Yeah.
So we respect we have more respect for one another now. So with PBR and Johnny, you cannot do that. They won't. It's either you believe exactly their way or you hit the highway.
Well, and that's why, despite, Johnny doesn't know the schedule of these folks, but let's just say they were available to come up and talk on his panel. They're not going to do it. Because, again, you've shown that, any criticism that comes your way, you're just going to mute somebody or kick them off. It's. I loved it when somebody in the chat pointed it out that, he was talking, whoever it was in the chat was saying, hey, Rusty gave you an opportunity to come and have an open panel with him and it'd be all about you, and you'd have free reign over there. And, as a panel guest, like we were going to do. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a night.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. He was supposed to come up the next day and he left a thing on the community page and he wasn't, And here's the thing. So, Johnny, if you're going to call somebody out and you're going to call them out on that live before you start the live.
Do it several days before.
Well, even then, tag them when you put out that you're going to go live so they know and put in the description, like, look, hey, I'm calling y'all out to come up. And then tag them underneath it so they know. Because you just going up there and say, okay, I'm going to give y'all 10 minutes. I'm calling out, blah, 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 blah. They're not, how do you expect them to know? Because there's a chance they may not be watching. It's just like you said, you apologized to me. You never apologized to me knowing. You never tagged me in a video if you apologized in that video. And if I wasn't watching, and I wouldn't know. So if you did make an apology video, go back and tag that video and it will notify me and I will watch it.
Yeah. The only person I've ever seen him tag is Ryan.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're going to call somebody out and you're going to do it ahead of time, tag that live or tag that video. At least PBR, when he was calling somebody out and knew it ahead of time, he would tag it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he would. Hell, he'd even put your name in the damn whatchamacallit, the title. The title, yeah.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be talking about Johnny, he's supposed to be Mr. YouTube, but he'd already showed you he don't know StreamYard blocks. They had to keep explaining that to him in the chat. Yeah, he's made himself this week alone look pretty bad. And just imagine, that's just a week, folks. Imagine several years over this. He can't give you a full description or detail of what option means. His definition of option or opinion, that he looked like a complete idiot tonight trying to explain that.
I missed that. He was trying to what?
Oh yeah, go back and record that little clip. So I think somebody had asked, and so he was trying to give a definition, and it was bad. It was, he had to ask somebody.
He was trying to give the definition of opinion.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who, but he had to ask an individual what guarantee means.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. And off the live, I'll tell y'all about it.
Wow.
He says he has a high school diploma. I can't say he doesn't because I don't have proof. It may just be a GED, but there again, like I said, I do not know right now, so I can't. But his level, I would say, is probably equivalent to probably a 7th grade.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this one up, Wade. A lot of people are heading out for the night. It's getting late, but I appreciate all you. Jasmine, appreciate you modding. I see you posting links for people. I know everybody appreciates that. And again, thank you all so much for spending time. I know you guys could be doing other things, watching other people, sleeping, and you chose to come listen to me bullshit. So I appreciate that. Look out for Rusty and I. We might do something tomorrow or Sunday. That's kind of up in the air, but just check his page for that. And Wade, like always, I appreciate you coming up, buddy, and
I appreciate you having me up, and I appreciate everybody in the chat
and hanging out. I've been flying by the seat of my pants over here. We've been doing shit super last minute, but I don't know. They seem to work out, but yeah, I'm kind of liking the whole, making, doing lives and stuff, and I'll start making some videos. I've been happy with, the subs, and they seem to be trending up. So yeah, I appreciate all that. But anyway, you guys, everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.